What's going on, YouTube? This is Isaac with Diamonds and Wood Customs coming at y'all with part 3 of the Cadillac Eldorado build. So we got the trunk gutted out. I got the amp and battery racks built. You can see all the wiring from the front right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get all of this zip tied up and get it all as nice as possible so you don't have any wires laying around getting pinched in between the box and everything. We got 2 Odyssey batteries back here. We got the Martz Digital 5000 for the base, and then we have a DS18 4000.4 for his highs. All 0 gauge OFC copper wiring. I got 1 ground coming from the frame, connecting right there, and then I'll have all the grounds from the batteries and the amps coming off of the same ground point. His power wire coming from the other side to the other battery. It's all 0 gauge OFC, 4 gauge and 0. The amps and the batteries, they're all secured in place right here, so you don't got to worry about the amps or the batteries sliding forward and backwards. The box actually sits right up against it, and it keeps it from moving forward or backwards. The way the amp rack is designed is it hits on the pieces of metal in the back too, so it doesn't let it slide backwards. So we got all that in there. Everything's looking good. All my labeling, all my wiring and stuff like that, so I know where everything goes. You don't got to be guessing which wire goes to what. So I'm gonna go ahead, drop the sub boxes in here, let y'all see how it's looking with the subwoofers in there. But that's pretty much it for the wiring. I'm gonna do one last test fit. I'll put the sub boxes in there, make sure all my wiring is cleared back there, and then I'll go ahead and get everything bolted down in place, so we don't got to mess with it no more or move it. And then we'll go ahead and start designing on the bottom lid. All right, so I got everything wired up. I did have to make a little small adjustment. The base amp that was sitting on top of here, I had to reroute it to the back of the battery rack, because from it sitting up so high on there, whenever the convertible top would go down, the frame of the rack would hit on top of the amp and it would kind of lay on top of it. And I just didn't like that, so I went ahead and rerouted it so it's sitting right behind the back of the battery. And it's pretty good because it's easy access to tune in the back seat, so whenever the trunk is closed, I'll be able to be tuning the amp at the same time to hear what it sounds like. But yeah, I got everything wired up already. Everything's tightened down. All right, y'all, there it is. Went with the 315 Kicker L7 Solo Barics. This is a 3-piece setup box. We have a left side box, we have a center box, and then we have a right box. And then the way they work is they all get bolted together. So once I have them in place or where they're gonna be and everything, they have a bolt running through each side to the other side, and that'll keep them all in place, and you don't got to worry about them separating from whenever they vibrate. It'll be as if they're just one solid box. But you can see in the build pics of how they look without the speakers in there. I really didn't get too much video coverage of it, but I did take pics, so you can see right here as I'm uploading them what they look like without the speakers in there. It is a complete wall-to-wall build, so it's literally from the left side all the way to the right side. So it takes up the whole trunk, man. It goes all the way to the back. You can see kind of by the braces. So it's a pretty big box. I know for sure it's gonna bang. I'm ready to hear this one, man. I want to hear what it sounds like and see what damage these 315 is gonna do in this trunk. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the bottom lid in. I got the bottom lid already done, already shaped out and molded. I'm gonna drop it in here, upload a little bit of the build pics of the process so y'all can see how that looks. Yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling. All right, so that's the bottom lid. You can see how it looks. Everything shaped already. I got everything routed up. Everything's molded in place to follow the trunk line. So what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna put some LEDs all around the edge up in here, all the way around the trim, all the way around the whole speaker, all three of them. So it's gonna have like a little, you know, like a little glow look to it. We're writing some words on each side right here. I'm gonna have my Diamonds and Wood logo right there in the middle. Yeah, man, so there it is. That's the bottom lid for the 315s and the L-Dog. Let me know what y'all think so y'all can see how it's gonna look. Came out nice. I like the way everything took shape and is formed to the, you know, to the shape of the trunk. You know, this is pretty much covered by the whole speaker box, so there's not really much that we could have did here on the bottom lid. We were kind of limited with the space that we had left over, which is all we could fit up there on the top. But you know, I still did a kind of little bit of shaping right here on the sides and stuff. So yeah, I'm satisfied. He's satisfied with how it looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn y'all over to the top lid and let y'all see what we're cooking up for that. All right, so this is what we're cooking with for the top lid. We went ahead and went OG glass neons. So this is the real deal glass right here, man. This ain't that flex tube. This ain't the plexiglass letters, none of that. This that real OG glass. Went with the classic tubing. You know, it lights up blue when it's lit up, and then it's also the same color whenever it's turned off. So it's gonna look real good. These are 5-inch letters, so it's gonna be really big and really noticeable from far away. It literally takes up the whole top of the top lid sign. As you can see, it's literally from left to right, the whole thing. So man, I'm ready to see how this one's coming out. I got a little bit of more body work left to do on this one. I need to mold the edges of the trim right here, and then I need to mold a little bit to the shape of the trunk. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the trunk off, put the piece of wood on there, and finish molding my edges. But yeah, man, this is what we're working with for the top. Real OG glass neons. I love doing these. Not too many people ask for them anymore, so whenever they do, I like to show out on them. I'm excited for this build. You know, we're about 3/4 of the way done already. In part 4, I'll probably, you know, be having the top lid and the bottom lid wrapped. I'll be doing the center console on the inside and getting that wrapped, and, you know, just putting a few minor touches on the car. And then, you know, probably part 5 will be the final video. So y'all stay tuned for the following videos to come up. This is Isaac with Diamonds and Wood Customs. If y'all need any work done, y'all got any questions, y'all want to holler at me about anything, you can reach me at 713-835-2833.